I think the Kardashians are next.
Nah, they can't go up there. Them booties are like pop or something.
Dang, you're right. You ever take a bag of chips on an airline and how it blows up?
They just...
I didn't think.
Chicka. We are back. I'm Jonathan.
What's
Drake.
going on? You tuned into the...
I just ate a bunch of deviled eggs before coming here, so good luck, fellas. Good luck.
Who just wakes up and was like, you know what? I'm about to eat these deviled eggs.
Me. And I didn't wake up, nigga. I was already awake.
You know you be taking naps after work.
You know, when you get older, there's some things you
I don't have
can't
time.
eat like you used to.
Oh, shit, I'll fuck up some deviled eggs.
Right?
I'd
Yeah,
have
probably
done the whole
fuck you
plate
up,
dirty. No, they fuck y'all up.
Nah,
As a
fuck me
result.
up. I can get down on them devil eggs. I should have took more of them, but whatever.
But yeah, Jonathan's great.
Hey, too.
Yeah, what?
This is Kyle.
And we are back again for another episode. I know we missed stuff, and we've been off for a little bit. We're back to double stuff, yeah.
They don't know that, though.
They do know that.
Oh,
Yeah.
They know that.
Recuperate.
I know.
We're here to jam pack ya.
I'm sorry, we weren't here. One of us was in space for 11 minutes. Y'all didn't hear about that.
You snuck on.
Had to sit on the back of the,
Snuck
the
on,
rocket.
little perv.
You're sitting in the balls of the rocket.
I started tearing when I saw Earth from where I was at. You know what? When I came back, I shook Jeff Bezos' hand. Yeah, that's why I got a blue mic on now. You know,
You
shook his
wanted,
hand.
you wanted it to shape like the rocket?
I kissed Earth. I was like, "Yep, I'm an astronaut now."
So stupid.
You would have passed out like you was on a slingshot.
Whatever. Anytime we drive anywhere, he's always passing out, so you was sleeping anyway.
Missed the whole
It was an
experience.
11-minute flight. I wouldn't miss it.
He got quick too. Just
It takes me more than 11 minutes to go to sleep. All right,
It takes him like
less
11.1.
but yeah, man. Jeff Bezos had 8 successful women ride his dick-shaped rocket.
a bit old news, but yeah, I guess we're catching up.
Did you notice how he didn't have a bunch of like blown up rockets over the course of that, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, like that other guy.
You notice how he wasn't there?
Yeah.
But his wife, his future wife was there. I know, right? I wonder if he had his fingers crossed like, whoa, come on.
Bullshit.
Hey, you made it, honey.
He wanted to get rid of Gail though.
Or maybe Oprah did. Or maybe it was Stedman that wanted. But all the slack is on Katy Perry right now
No, that's crazy.
because she thinks she's a full-blown astronaut. So when the aliens come, we got to send our best and brightest astronauts.
She already did a UFO song, so you know, look, she was just fulfilling the prophecy. All right?
Yep.
Now she took another person with her. I would be more than glad for her to take him.
How many letters is in his name?
Name sounds like rhymes with.
Travi.
Wait, what?
I think the Kardashians are next.
Maybe.
They was there watching it. I think the Kardashians should be next.
Nah, they can't go up there. Them booties look like pop or something.
Dang, you're right. You ever take a bag of chips on an airline and how it blows up?
They just...
You're right. That might actually happen. I didn't think about that.
You'll hear that shit from Earth. Just like, oh, there's one. Boom. Another one. Come on, where's the third one? Boom. Like, okay, that was what's her name? Other
Chloe.
And that's when
No,
Kim
for sure.
comes out the bathroom like, hey, what did I miss? It's like, oh, you must be up there.
Yep. It was what's her dad name?
Caitlyn.
You talking about Kim's dad?
Kylie,
Caitlyn.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah.
That's who it was.
Nah, that's not funny. We shouldn't.
It was not
I
funny.
don't want to orphan them kids. Those kids are the
Lord.
future.
Fuck them.
Fuck
Fuck all
kids
of
of the
them.
future.
No,
I mean,
they're
yeah, if Kim goes, that means them other kids are left with Kanye.
Yeah, those kids are. Actually, I don't care. There's more important kids out there that probably need people's help than these rich fucks.
That's
Fuck
true. That's true. Like me.
'em. Yeah. In the
Would you adopt the Kardashian Jenner baby?
No.
Kid? No.
He don't
Wait,
even
if
take care of
what?
his own baby.
Them kids is entitled. Can't nobody handle them.
Yeah.
The views of Jonathan Krigler are bullshit.
Might be right.
Who would y'all send up in space then for 11 minutes?
Mystical.
Mr.
Why?
Because when he's taking off, he's like, here I go.
I would send all the Atlanta rappers.
All the Atlanta rappers. That'd be the hood rocket. It'd be all painted black.
The spinners on it.
Like, why?
What you gonna listen to if you sit all the Atlanta
You
rappers?
can't sit all the Atlanta rappers.
Says I listen to them niggas.
Well, you do.
The booty clubs was go bankrupt.
I don't listen to them niggas.
You don't want to sit in them. Yeah. Maybe a few of them.
I mean, but they're coming back, right?
Yeah, it's 11 minutes.
Well, nobody. I don't really care. Like, send somebody to the next room.
But
for
what about
11
the
minutes.
risk?
Huh?
The risk.
What do you
Risk
mean?
of something going wrong.
But nothing would go wrong. This is a Bezos rocket, okay?
You're right. It's what, Blue Origin? Blue Origin.
Yes.
I thought you said blue orgy.
Yep, shaped like a dick.
Okay.
Y'all know we know somebody who actually works for Blue Origin, right?
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Oh, well, all right. Tell us the inside scoop. Who is it?
Y'all know Maria, she works for Blue Origin?
I
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. Because she was actually at the launch.
I did see her post that. I didn't know. I thought she was just there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't have shit else to do that day.
Yeah,
Bar-
right.
Bars were closed. I don't know.
Which is kind of weird. I mean, like, it was... Wait, where did they launch from?
I think it was
Seattle.
Texas.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I thought it was Texas.
Yeah, I don't know. I breezed past this
Why
story.
we Seattle?
I didn't give a fuck about this thing. I was like, oh, a bunch of rich people are going to space. Who the
Yeah,
fuck
like,
cares?
the day of it, I was like, oh, that was today?
Yeah.
But you're like the main guy who's just like, we should explore space. And this
Yeah,
is
but
like
they're
one step
just
closer.
going up. No, it's not.
Well, it's one step closer.
One
for
small step for rich
the
people.
everyday human.
To go in high orbit.
Yes, you're about
not
to
exactly
go-
going to space. They just fucking blasted off for a little bit.
Yeah, you're about to
Look,
be
look,
one step closer.
look,
You don't want to
look,
ride the economy
look,
class of Blue Origin.
Look, no, I don't give a fuck about this type of shit. They're not really helping anything. It's just a for-profit thing for rich motherfuckers to be like, I went to space and I'm an astronaut. When you already had astronauts actually going to space to actually do shit.
Hey, you know what?
What?
The Kardashians go to space. They're astronauts.
Hey, title of the episode.
I hate it here.
I don't know, John. This sounds like you broke and jealous.
Well, that's true too, but it doesn't mean that I want to get on a rocket. I don't want to push this type of shit.
I you know what? To be honest with you, it's fine because just the idea of commercial space flight is actually kind of dope. We're never gonna see it. It's just like the same people who were in the 1930s.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they're like, wait, when was the first plane that went? Was it 30s or 20s or something?
Right.
I forget exactly. But anyways,
Yeah.
they were like, oh, wow, that's crazy. We'll never see that. I'll never be on one of those in my lifetime. And then they got to fly out because, they got to get their hernia medicine.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but like, wasn't it like the first airplane or flight device vehicle was created, and it was like 60 years later they was going to the moon?
Yeah.
So technology evolves. It goes by quick, so it's
It
like
does.
we might see it. We might see it.
I think space is gonna in a whole other league just for the fact that it costs so much. You're talking like millions of dollars for one
Yeah,
flight.
but the tariffs.
What about the tariffs?
It'll pay for it all.
I guess.
No,
It's gonna evolve the economy.
I guess, but yeah. I mean, if we do see it in our lifetime, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Cause
Great grandchildren.
who knows? Maybe one of your daughters will end up striking it rich, and they can send you into space.
Or one of your
Never
daughters
come
might
back.
be another astronaut.
No.
Maybe she might go up there.
My kids aren't smart enough.
God
I'm joking.
I didn't say it was gonna be for the smartest people. Like I said, the economy class rocket.
No. Anyways, we spent far too long on fucking dick rockets over here. Look, Kyle can't resist himself. Even in phallic shapes, he just has to get
I
at.
thought it was interesting.
Well, like
It's not
3 weeks
interesting
ago.
unless he's bringing it up. That's the rule. Remember?
We ain't been
No,
together
that's
in
not
like
it.
a week. So
Yeah, but it's like
we're,
old
we're
news.
recapping what happened.
That's like us talking about like the fucking dire wolves right now. Like we've already been there. We already did that
already
shit.
talked about that.
Everybody in
They're
the
all
it's sorry,
dead now.
It's out of
Right.
the news. Yeah, because it's out of the news cycle and shit.
Killed him.
Yeah. Now we got to talk about the dire bears.
There we go. That's the new topic.
We gotta talk about the dire Pope.
Oh, damn, Vance, you didn't have to do that to him.
Yeah.
I saw this one, some like this live streamer, and it was just like JD Vance meets the Pope, immediately died. So I was like, God damn,
Not to shake that man's hand. Yeah.
that man is the devil. I wonder if we'll get another like Pope Benedict though.
We should get a black pope.
That ain't never gonna happen.
It's
Nigga
actually in the
Pope.
running
Nigga pope.
That ain't gonna
between
happen.
the black guy and the Asian guy.
Oh,
No
man.
way.
Yeah, those are the two
That's
top two.
That's a lie.
I actually
That's
like those.
not a lie.
I like that.
Lie.
I like that. I want a black
He's being
pope.
fact checker. Frank
Goddamn
here.
right.
I want a
No,
black
I
pope.
already
Where is he
saw
from?
it.
South Africa?
No. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it was one of those early morning scroll bys, and I was just like, all right, that's cool.
That
But it
sucks.
What?
Because we got rid of the Wope died.
The woke guy?
Yeah, the Wope.
Nobody got rid of him. he,
Nah,
he
that's
just
what
fucking
happened.
died.
Come on
Yeah,
now.
ammonia or something.
Oh, okay, he wasn't lying. You know what? I'm mad at you
What?
because he said it's like a black guy and an Asian guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he neglected to mention the red guy.
The
There
red
it
guy.
is. Look at this.
Cow and chicken. Like,
Oh, that's the devil. We ain't voting for him. He's too red.
Yeah, we're going for the red
I don't
pope.
trust that guy.
I guess.
I'm voting for the black guy. Do we get to vote?
You don't vote, no.
This is an election.
You don't
Do we
vote
get
for
to
the
vote
pope.
this? Our flags are half mast, so it affected us somehow. You know?
I was thinking I was gonna say it though.
More dick talk.
I'm just saying. We don't get to say in this.
Nah, it's Cardinals.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It
Like
depends
the
on
baseball
credit.
team.
Yeah,
It depends on credit score.
Probably the same people who could ride that rocket.
yeah.
Those people get the vote.
You gotta have a 750 and above.
So, yeah.
This close, ladies. This close. Just saying.
I guess.
But, thoughts and prayers go out.
we don't do that
To the
here.
popes.
We don't do that here.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's crazy.
Is it?
It is. You thought he was gonna be around for a little bit longer. How long has he been in service?
Sure, if I know. I'm not Catholic.
I don't know either.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Wow. But he was a radical pope.
He was the Wope.
He was like, gay marriage?
Exactly.
Gay people? All right, let's do it.
He said, "You can the bobby the booby."
Yep, that's how you know it's funny. He starts calling him.
On the cough scale. Yeah, he was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's why we need the black pope. As long as he's not like an Uncle Ruckus type,
I
we'll be all right.
mean, you never know. Who knows?
Oh shit! It was from 2013. Honestly, I thought it was sooner than that.
Because the Nazi pope that was
Yeah,
before
Benedict.
him, he was like
He was like,
a month.
peace.
Yeah, he was out. He was there for like a month, and then they got rid of him quick.
He raided the coffers and whatnot, and then he was like, "I'm out."
Rated the copper.
The coffers.
Oh.
They got rid of him quick.
He took this thing to Mexico.
But yeah. So what else happened in the news, guys?
It's been a slow news couple of weeks.
Apparently, it has been, even though it hasn't. But
What else has been
we
happening?
don't meet up as much.
Well, we would have met up, okay, but just over the weekend,
Oh, yeah,
hanging out with
yeah.
people. I was hanging out with my family.
Yeah,
my
your
in-law
family.
families or whatever. I consider them my family now.
That's
It's
cute.
just
That's
family.
real cute.
Yeah, it was my youngest baby's birthday.
Yeah.
No big deal. She just turned 2. You only do that, once ever.
Yeah.
No big deal. So I hit everybody up. Hey, come through, it's a party. Hey, woo, 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 woo. There's going to be food. I remember you saying specifically, I was like, well, I can't be there on Friday because, I'm going to be doing this party. You were like, oh, this podcast at the party. Hey. And that was like not happening. And so, I even sent out a little message in one of our group chats like, ew, like, come through. It was like tumbleweeds. Have you ever heard of tumbleweed?
Yeah, sounds pretty loud.
Hold on. Somebody's calling me. You gotta answer it. What do you want, boy?
Where you at?
I'm at where I'm is. What do you want?
My dad's here.
Yeah, well, let's check for your mother. She's supposed to be home already.
Do I leave?
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Listen to this neglect. All right, boy.
Did you just hang up on you? Oh.
God, this woman's fucking. Anyways, back to my story. Getting ready to abandon my kids there. What, CPS? That's who comes to get kids. Okay, I'm gonna have a nice little weekend. But so anyway,
Stupid.
quiet weekend.
Yeah. So, anyways, I sent out the message, whatever, and I'm like still in the process of like getting stuff together for this party or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'm like looking out the window. I told people to be there like 6 p.m. or whatever. And I'm like going back, looking out the window, going to clean some stuff, going and looking out the window. Nobody
what
there.
chat was this in?
What?
He sent it through the podcast chat and through the gaming chat.
And nobody checked.
Gaming chat. You talking about Discord?
No, on the
Facebook Messenger chat.
The one that you got us, one that you got us muted on.
You got us muted on both of them.
I ain't checked that thing in forever.
But anyways, I'm checking the camera, just trying to see who's there. Is anybody's coming? And nobody showed up. And then somebody gonna text me out of like nowhere. It was like, "Hey, is this party still going on?" And like I'm already deep in some fucking shots or whatever. So I don't even hit him back. No, I saw it in the morning, and he's like, "Damn, man, you got ghosts." I was like, "Get the fuck out of here, Kyle." Like I was gonna pull up with the kids. I was gonna show up with all the kids. Like, fuck out of here. If you was gonna show up, then you was just gonna show up. But yeah, so we don't hang out.
All right. So that's his side of the story.
That's the side of the story.
That's the main side of the story. From my perspective, 'cause we got different angles here. So, yeah, I saw your messages. I read both of them.
I bet.
And
I was like, I got something better to do.
it didn't get sad until you showed that Sega Saturn with no controllers plugged into it next to that TV. He was like, "You guys can still come through. The party hasn't started yet."
See that? Trying to tell it in a different light or whatever. Like I said, I only posted that just to let niggas know that they can get it. You want to show up and get your ass whooped in some Street Fighter, then come through. But nobody took that challenge because they know what time it is.
So once a month,
you bleed through your penis.
No. Once a month, me and my girl like to have a date night. Mm-hmm. And since we weren't doing the podcast, I was just like, well, let me utilize this day to go on a date. So while we were there eating our food at K-Pot, shout out to K-Pot.
That's crazy. That's right down the street.
They're build one on
I'm
your
glad
side
you
of town.
finally got to go.
This is my third time. This is my third time going to this city.
I've been
You got to build another one next by your Warren.
Shit, they could
by the
build
way.
10 of them.
But anyway, we was at K-Pot and I said, "Hey, Jonathan, is having a birthday party for."
And
his
she
daughter."
said, "Fuck that nigga."
"No."
With his little beanie weenie.
No, he did. She did.
How'd she know?
She said, "Dang, we didn't get the invite." I said, "No, we got the invite."
No, I got the invite.
I said, he sent it through the group message. And I was like, "You trying to go?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I said, "Okay, well, let me figure out, if the kids is going to all be there because he said it hasn't started yet." And it was like getting late in the night. So I was like, I didn't want to. I got 4 kids with me now. I didn't want to show up to your house and disrespect your party by showing up with 4 kids who's probably ain't going to be interested in being there. They probably want to leave.
I'm going to jump in there.
Niggas will find every excuse.
Yeah.
No. We're so
It's a kid's party. Like, you're like, I better not bring the one thing that this thing is talking about.
You literally say that your kids' party is filled with people drinking and having and alcohol and stuff.
What are your kids' party filled with?
Birthday hats and parties and pianos and
That
actual
sounds
kid stuff.
Boring.
That's why I don't invite y'all to.
I'm like,
You
where the
should know how
liquor?
Asian cultures do parties.
Yes, but I respectfully. Yes, I know, but these kids are built different. These kids are built different. They don't really. I want our kids to hang out more so we can get more used to each other. But the last thing, man, whatever. The last thing I want to do is be disrespectful and show up with all these kids, and everybody's looking at me like, yeah, the kids all left. It's adult now. Because it was later in the day. It was like 10 o'clock at night.
And it was still going.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was going to be kids there or not.
Where were they going to go? Where were the kids going? Well,
I don't know.
We're all hanging out here taking shots, playing music and drinking and singing and having a blast.
So I respectfully texted him and said, "Hey, is this a kids party?" And I got no reply.
You know why? I said
7 shots in.
After K-Pot, I had to poop really bad. So
I don't have bathrooms in my house, apparently.
you want me to blow up your bathroom?
If you wanted to just come over, that's fine.
Okay. So Kiara even said, she said, "Do you just want to go?" I said, "Yeah, that'd be fun, but I want you to go too, because I want them. Like I said, I want to blend our families together. So I wanted her to go too.
You know what's the crazy part?
What?
Is you basically have to drive past his house to get home.
Depends on what route you take. Depends on what route you take. But I had to poop really bad. So we got
Nigga,
home.
why don't you just say shit or something? Quit with these little kindergarten terms. It just like irks the fuck out of me. I gotta poop, man. What?
Hey, let the man poop.
34-year-old man
okay?
refers to poop. All right, come on,
Anyways,
man. Grow
like
up
I
here.
said, like I said, I got home. I went inside the house, and she took my car and went to go get the kids. It was already raining cats and dogs at that point. And I said, "Ain't no possible way they're still throwing a party when there's a thunderstorm outside." So by the time the kids got to the house, by the time Pharaoh finally got to the house, I was just like, you know what, we just gonna stay in because it was raining so heavy.
Yeah,
Because he's the wicked witch.
yeah, I guess it just have holes in my house. Like it's raining. Like there's nothing we can
ain't got
do.
no roof.
Yeah, I have a bathroom. I have a room.
No kids over there.
No kids.
He ain't got a kid zone in his house.
It was just Jonathan with alcohol and a second
Pretty much,
Saturday.
man. That's all it was.
Controllers don't even work.
He had no controllers.
I had the controllers. Granted, I ordered new ones, but whatever. So that was for you. And then this guy over here sitting in the corner, he ain't getting off.
At least I texted you.
He ain't say nothing.
At least I texted you.
I didn't even get those messages.
You gotta text him exclusively.
Nah, I gotta send the pigeon. Like you're not the pigeon. Off Henry.
Pretty much.
Flies across town like it's a Hogwarts movie or some shit.
Much.
I didn't get those messages.
It's all good, man.
I don't really
showed
be on
up.
my
You
phone
showed
like
up.
people think
I
do.
ate all your food.
You ate some of the food.
I took some home. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's fine.
You got 3 of them. The next one I'll show up.
Yeah. No thanks. I learned my lesson. I was sitting there and I was just like, man, it's nice being around the people that care.
And you know what? And you know what?
I love being around these people. You
And
know.
You know what?
I
You
was
know
like, this
what?
is great.
I was sitting there thinking that. I said, Jonathan's probably sitting there cussing me out. Like,
Nope.
he probably
Didn't
saw my
give
message
no-
and was like, you know what? F
I
this
said,
guy.
yeah,
And
well,
laid his phone
back in the
down.
pocket. We had a blast. And, you know, conversations was going. Somebody played Kevin Gates. It was a music video, whatever. And like I had to stop the video. I had to because I saw in that video. He's like walking through whatever. He had some like white Nikes on, and I saw his socks. Like, what color are your socks?
Black.
What color are your socks?
Black.
What color are your socks?
They're black right now.
My
Yesterday was
socks
white.
are also.
Yesterday they was white. It was Easter.
Oh man, socks.
It was
Sorry,
Easter.
you can't wear white after Easter.
Exactly.
That don't matter to me. Those rules don't. It's like Memorial Day or some shit. But nah, man, I was looking at him. He's wearing white socks, and I was like, disgusting. They're like, what's wrong with white socks? I was like, nobody wears fucking white socks anymore. Like,
for
when's the
Kendrick?
last time you wore some fucking white socks?
I got white Adidas socks.
It just depends on what kind of shoes. Like, if I'm wearing white shoes and like I got on shorts, and
Got them Tic Tacs on.
I'll wear white socks.
Nope,
I'm
can't
not gonna
do it.
wear black socks with white shoes.
Got black laces now. But so I just had to stop that. So we had like a whole little, yeah, I mean, little not argument or whatever, but they was like, no, you can wear white socks and blah blah blah. They're just a little bit harder to keep clean and everything. I was like, fuck those white socks. And I had to refer back to the Ludacris song "Pimpin' All Over the World" with Cat Williams at the end, and he's talking about pimpin'. Yeah, he's like,
nigga
see
with
the
the
nigga
white
with white socks, not pimpin'. And I was like, ever since then, I was like, I would never wear white socks.
I
And
wear
then-
some white
That's a
socks. I
valid
don't
reason.
care.
Yeah.
Valid reason.
And so, like, earlier in that night, my mom was like, honey, do you got some socks that I can wear? My feet are kind of cold.
Your mom was there too?
Yeah,
Yes,
she was there.
obviously. And she was drinking, too.
Yeah, she was.
Called you a motherfucker and everything. No, I'm joking. But, so I had some, like, old Express socks that I never wore. It was gray ones and then some white ones. And then she took the gray ones. And I was like, all right, cool. Threw the white ones, like, by the Sega Saturn, just left them there. And when this...
With no controllers.
with no controllers. And when this conversation about white socks came up, then one of my cousins, they was basically like, oh man, I like white socks or whatever. And I was like, I got these that I've never wore, maybe once or whatever. I don't want them anymore. He's like, I'll take them. And his wife's like, you better not fucking take those socks. And he's like, but why? I kind of want them. She's like, you're going to walk home in those fucking socks if you take them. And
Damn.
He's like,
What's the
It was
problem?
raining cats and dogs too.
Nah, that was Nathan that said that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it was at that point. And so he left the socks there. And then
He
the
was
very
sad.
next day, he was sad. Yeah, we had another get together party thing or whatever.
Where's
at
my
their place.
invite?
We didn't get no invite. That one. It wasn't his place
See,
though.
you see,
Yeah,
you
it
see
wasn't
what
his
happened.
place.
It wasn't my place.
It don't matter.
You don't
They know
invite,
me.
You don't invite people to other people's places.
They
That's
know me.
disrespectful.
Nigga, they
That's
know
some
me.
white people stuff.
I'll show up. What up?
Yeah, you'd have been fine.
Brother man from
I
the fifth
honestly,
floor.
I didn't even really want to go.
Nah,
I
yeah.
really didn't. Because I was like, I just saw y'all yesterday.
I just wanted the invite. I didn't want to go.
Okay. But nah, so since she said all that shit, and I tucked the socks in my pocket, I brought them to him. I was like, keep these on the left. He's like, oh shit.
Nigga did a hand off.
Yeah,
Made
man.
this day too.
He's like, man, I want to show her so bad. I was like, she can't do nothing. She said, if you wear those and you got to walk home, you already home technically.
Were they tube, crew, or ankle?
Ankle.
Oh yeah, I fucking do no ankles.
You don't do ankle?
Hell no.
How you know he got the same size socks though?
The
Shock.
what?
Like socks. How you know he wears your size socks?
I don't know. We'll
Every
make it
sock
work.
is one
Because
size
usually
fits
socks
all.
go from like size 8 to 12 in that range, and then below. So
I wear DXL socks.
I believe it.
Guess.
Can't fit my big socks.
The big tube socks.
That sounds like a problem,
My
man.
socks stop right here, dog.
So you saying you got cankles?
Tree trunks. Nah, but that was kind of my weekend though. It was good.
Well,
I had a blast.
next time you do something at your crib,
Absolutely not.
I'll be
Nope.
there. Nah,
Nope. Even Sandra showed up.
I'll
I was
bet
like, oh
money.
shit, this nigga was a phantom. We ain't seen her.
She
in forever.
alright.
I'll bet money. I'll show up next one. Unless like one of my kids was sick or something, I'll show up.
See,
Okay.
but that's gonna be the excuse. He didn't want to go anywhere, but he was like, "Nah, man, my kid's sick."
I'll FaceTime him and show the sick kid.
Here it is.
right here.
Like, whose baby is that? you didn't say it had to be my kid. You said a sick kid.
He gonna have some gack from the '90s. Like, put that in your nose real quick.
Nah, the effort to go through that. Nah, might as well just show up at that point.
Oh, man.
I'll show up next time. No, because I God is my witness and Kiara is my witness. I say it all the time. I said I want us to blend in more because before Kiara and her friends had a big falling out
Yeah.
last year, we used to all get together and do what you did basically. And they had kids running around, all that stuff. And we used to be upstairs just having a good time, drinking, cracking jokes and all that stuff. And I enjoyed that. I was like, this is a good feeling. And then when they had a big falling out, and we don't have that no more. So now I'm over here just like,
I ain't trying to leech over on a mug.
No, I'm just like,
okay,
well,
I see the play.
well, let me-
Alright, I gotcha.
let me bring you into my world. So here, let's go to Jonathan's house and hang out and hang out with those people. And she kind of got a small
Those
taste
people?
of it. She
What do you
kinda-
mean by that? Those people. One of those people could end up being the next pope.
She got a small taste of it at your mom's birthday party, and she enjoyed herself. So like yeah, I will look forward to hanging out with you in the future.
You should tell her. You should listen to the podcast and whatnot, and just test her and whatnot. And then we'll put the invitation on the podcast, so then she knows ahead of time if she's actually listening. But if
No,
she's
I know
not.
she's not listening. She stopped listening a long time ago. Trust me.
Yeah, so did mine.
I know exactly when she stopped listening. But,
It's something Jonathan said, right?
No, it was something I said. But anyway.
This dude bamboozled me. He gave me this raggedy piece of shit. Fucking keep falling down like a
hustle.
loose pair of drawers.
I said. But yeah, next time you do something at your crib, I'll come through. And I'll bring my Sega Saturn controllers.
I
Bad.
already have controllers.
Trying to one up you like I got the console.
Nah, I was saying. I already ordered new ones. They'll be like tomorrow.
All right,
But
bet.
whatever, irrelevant. Yeah.
Well, my weekend was dope. I didn't do shit.
Did you go to church? Did you go to church on your mama's birthday weekend?
I did.
Did you? Mm-hmm. Did he?
I don't, nigga,
Oh, yeah, well,
I don't know
why I asked you. Did
See,
you really?
see, but here's the thing,
Who was
okay?
preaching that day?
Here's the thing. All right. So I went up to Holy Savior because I assumed she was gonna be there.
Nigga was late.
You know?
Duh.
Nah, I was on time. The problem was this was when my sister was leaving that day, right?
Yeah.
So she was like, I gotta go to church early so I can see them off. So I'm there. I'm like, wait, is she even here? I look on maps. She ain't even there. She's like on the east side of town. I'm like, come on now.
You sat through a church service without your mama there?
Nah, I went over there. I showed up for like 5 minutes. She was just like,
Stand up and was like,
nah, they didn't. They weren't even like in the service. Like she was talking to some like white lady, whatever, and she was like, "We were just
"You better have
talking
my-"
about you." And I was just like, "Yes, I was summoned." so I did go to church for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, they realize
That's all that counts. That's all that counts. You was there.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. The effort.
You didn't burn up when you got it.
Nope.
He was only there for 10 minutes. They was in space longer than when he was in church.
He was slow roasting there. He was in the air fryer. Stupid.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so.
Didn't y'all go to church on Easter?
No. Did you go to church on Easter?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
Took the whole
congratulations.
family out.
Which church?
I went to the Catholic church.
You're not
The Catholic
I
Church.
know, right?
My son is.
That sound like some beat up downtown. It's got like a neon sign or some shit.
Like,
It was a good time, but yeah, I took the whole family out. The kids was kind of weirded out by everything we had to do. So
Yeah.
kind of shocked that they're not
yeah,
Catholic.
yeah.
I mean, you know, like I said, I only go to church on certain occasions, and
I think I said it on the podcast.
Yeah.
The respectable time to go to church.
yeah, it's Easter.
It's really not.
Mother's Day, Father's Day, not even Father's Day, Mother's Day.
Not even Father's Day.
Yeah, fuck dads.
Because it's just like, you just part of like the people that show up for one
Yeah.
day and you don't see them for the rest of
But
the
I'm
year.
just saying, if you're gonna go to church to make your grandma or your mama feel good,
It ain't
those
about,
are the days to
It
go.
ain't about making someone else.
Well, of course, he ain't going because he wants to get his life right.
Who?
He going to please his mom.
Yeah,
You already know where he going.
that's right. I'm going back into the live stream to be born again.
Baby.
So it's like, I don't go to please my family. I go to because, you know, I feel like I was sinning a lot.
Yeah, he gets all his confessions done in like one stroke.
I need to repent.
Lord, I stole that rotisserie chicken.
Never that, but yeah.
You wouldn't? Not even if it's the Costco rotisserie chicken?
Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you feel like he don't hear your prayers at home, so you got to go to his house. You hear me knocking?
Jesus!
Well, that's what's up.
Right.
That's cool.
Is that cool?
Yeah, it was a lot of stuff happening this weekend. It was
Yeah.
Easter. What? WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
NBA playoffs. Coachella.
That's true. Dang,
A lot of
that's
things
right.
going on, man.
I'm surprised. I didn't even know that Sam was going out there.
Yeah, he told me about it. I knew.
Yeah.
I didn't know
He
about
went
it.
to night one though, or night two. He didn't go the whole time. He just went to.
I forgot that it was 2 nights. I always thought, growing up, WrestleMania was only 1 day,
Yeah,
right?
it was only 1
When
day.
did they change it to 2 days?
Pandemic.
Really?
Yeah, they did 2-night WrestleMania during the pandemic because not everyone could be at work during the pandemic. So they split it into 2 nights and they just went with that.
They just kept going, huh?
Plus their roster.
I mean, their roster's a lot bigger, but that's you can argue that some of those matches could easily be on Monday Night Raw, but
WrestleMania, yeah, like
Yeah,
the Damian Priest,
some of those matches was like, yeah,
Drew McIntyre.
they don't have to be at 2 nights anymore.
I mean,
it's
But we getting 2 nights at SummerSlam.
It's a bigger, yeah. Now their major events are 2 nights now because it's a big spectacle.
Okay.
Because it's not just
It's a cash grab.
exactly.
They
of
make
course it
more
is.
money doing 2 nights.
Of course it is.
I mean, yeah, I kind of figured that would
more
be.
sponsors, more money, more sponsors. So that's why we went to 2 times a week doing the podcast. You
Where?
know? More money, more more sponsors.
more lights.
Exactly. We can plug our W sponsorship twice a week. If you go to w.gg and use the promo code all points, you get to save 10%. A whole 10%.
A whole 10%.
Yeah. So go do it.
Stupid. Now, I did hear that, from a few people that this was the worst WrestleMania that they've seen so far.
Is that
Which,
right?
I mean, I'm not a wrestling person, obviously. I don't
Don't forget
watch
your
it.
roots, man. Don't forget where you
Nah,
came
I'm
from.
cool. I grew out of it. Not saying that you guys are immature. And, it's not for me anymore. And even one of my, favorite, rapper dudes or whatever, West Side Gun, was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need my money back for this shit."
That's too bad.
Yeah, and he loves wrestling.
I've heard mixed reactions because it's now that it is 2 nights, like you get a mixed bag. So like one night, the first night, I would say like the matches were bad, but the main event was really good.
Hey,
And the
how many
second-
matches were there?
It was probably like 6 or 8.
You got to go through
6 or
6
7.
matches just to get to one good one.
I mean, they're not.
Get your
They
shit
weren't.
together.
They weren't like.
What happened to
terrible.
Vince?
Oh, we know what happened.
He's
It
probably
wasn't like terrible. It,
In the
it,
same boat as Shannon Sharp. No,
it was just
saw that.
in my opinion, it was more like the safe route. It was predictable route. Vince would be like, he would throw a curveball every once in a while, but now that Triple H is running the show, it's more predictable. And like I predicted like all the matches, the outcomes of all the matches on night one, except for the last one, I believe. But the main event was really good. So on night two, like the matches was really good, but the main event kind of fell flat. And it was because, they were trying to tell a different type of story, and everybody was expecting The Rock to show up, and we got Travis Scott instead.
I hate wrestling so much.
Exactly.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. I always go back to that, South Park episode.
Yeah, right.
Turning in the theater. I hate wrestling.
But it's a spectacle. It's a big
cool.
spectacle.
I'm cool. I'd rather paint a wall. That the highlight of the whole WrestleMania thing for me was Stone Cold crashing into the barrier.
That took somebody out. That one
No.
was set for life.
And with Stone Cold or whatever, there was like, I saw a clip. It was like some preacher Christian dude or whatever. He was standing in the middle of like where everybody's walking in or walking out. Had this little sign like, "Oh, Jesus is King," and blah 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 blah, and hey, you need to repent and blah blah blah, and everybody's just walking past and just going, "What?" And he just keeps talking. And they're like, "What?"
I didn't see that. That was
Yeah, I
funny.
saw that. I was like, "Oh, that's funny." I was like, "Worth it." Put that on the screens. Put that on the jumbotron.
Wrestling
Like, I don't
fans
see that
are
shit.
Very fickle and weird and trolls, but
See his fucking face.
I wouldn't say it was a bad WrestleMania though. But
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever get back into it.
Yeah, same.
But I mean, like you said, it's like watching golf, right? There's only certain people who love it. The rest of the people just can't do it.
Yeah.
You could say that about anything in the world.
Right.
Hey, you can say that about vanilla ice cream.
You could say
Nah,
that about
everybody like
Hondas.
vanilla
I would
ice
never
cream.
drive a Honda.
You can say that about
Hey.
Asian women.
I know they got good gas mileage.
I mean, they do.
Good durability.
Yeah. Longevity,
But
too.
they are
fix.
foreign though.
What does that mean?
Well, I can say I drive a foreign.
You're stupid. No. Oh, man, I did have to blast back. Prior to the party or whatever, I had to get things in order, so I was trying to clean up the garage and whatnot.
Right.
So I had this dude that hauls junk or whatever. So I hit Buddy up. You said what?
Your cousin?
Yeah. I hit my cousin up because he posted on Facebook like not too long ago. Hey, like you're gonna be spring cleaning this summer. Make sure you look me up. I got a truck. I can haul some stuff out. Cool. So I hit him up. I'm like, hey, this weekend I need some stuff taken to the whatever. And he's like, cool. I'm like, how much is it gonna cost? He's like, shoot, man, what you got to take? I'm like, this. He's like, all right, I could probably do that for like maybe what, 180.
Damn.
I'm like, that's cool. Your family. I'm gonna go with you. Put some money in your pocket, no big deal. Get this stuff out of here. You're doing me a favor. The day comes. I'm like, all right, dude. Whenever you trying to pull up, cool. I hit him up at 10. He hit me up like, all right, I'm hit me up around like noonish or whatever, late afternoon or whatever. So I hit him up. And at noon, I'm like, all right, man, I'm ready when you are. And he's like, all right, cool, I'm about to be on my way. And I'm like, all right. So I go back to doing what I'm doing, gathering some more stuff, putting it in the garage so it makes it easier for both of us because I'm going to help him load this stuff.
Right.
You're making money.
50, you better get.
Nah, I'm going to do that. You hauling some stuff off, your family, I'm going to help you out because this is your business. This is something that's putting money in your pocket. So I'm like, cool, 12 o'clock. I'm like... looking around like I don't want to hit them up because you never want to message somebody if like, hey, where you at? And they could be like right around the corner. And then you seem kind of pushy.
Exactly.
So I'm like,
Wait,
I'm
you
gonna
said
wait.
12 o'clock?
You said what?
He said 12 o'clock?
Yeah, it's about 12.
I would do that just because, if we agree to a time, I'm on time.
Be
with shit.
punctual.
Yeah.
So it gets about 2 o'clock. I'm like, ew, like where the fuck you at, dude? Ghosted me. I'm like, how do you ghost somebody
Yeah,
when
'cause it
you're
was
gonna
6
get
shots
paid?
in.
Yeah.
180, depending on how much stuff you had, you probably could have got your own little U-Haul. or
Maybe,
truck
but I'm not
and
doing
went
that.
to the dump because they
Hit
charge.
me up. I got a
They
truck.
charge by like the pound. I've done it plenty of times.
I'm not doing it.
And
Like,
it probably would have been cheaper than 180.
Like y'all were saying the other time about changing your own oil or changing your own tire, you get to the point where you're just like, I don't want to do it.
it's kind
So
of
somebody
fun,
else.
'cause you get to like
Yeah.
drive up the big ass
I've done
hill
it.
and just
Yeah.
dump shit out
I
there.
did it before.
See,
I don't want to do it again. But hit dude up, or I didn't even it made me so flabbergasted because I was like, it's not like I paid you and you're trying to ghost me or whatever. Like you didn't even get any fucking money and you're ghosting me. Like it don't make no sense.
You got paid yet? It's all wrong.
I see dude posted on like Facebook later, just man, having a good day, blah blah blah. I was like, you fucking
Niggas out there,
barbecue.
barbecues out there, just like with a fucking cigar with a bunch of $100 bills.
I was just like, you're stupid.
Nigga made his quota for the day. He was done.
Didn't even get paid. Got paid for somebody else.
Probably.
Yeah, he had a better opportunity. They were paying him $200.
Oh,
He took a bigger gig.
That's how his buddy talks.
I was like, see, you can't depend on niggas for shit. I hit
It's
up
like they
this-
try to avoid you, but they pop up later doing something.
Uh-huh.
It's like you text somebody and then they don't respond.
Yeah.
And then they'll respond in a group chat.
Man, I hope they listen to the podcast.
Wait, you talking to me? Oh, heck no.
Nah, I hit up this white dude. I'm like, hey, I got this, this, and this. He's like, all right, I can do that for 175. I was like, cool. And came and packed that shit up and got out of there.
White man was punctual.
Was punctual.
Yeah. Then they wonder why. Oh, why don't we support black business? Because this why, nigga.
He probably swept your garage too.
Nah.
See you later, Mr. Crickle.
You remind me of something. Unrelated to that. When did the fucking dialect, whatever the fuck change?
I have no idea. But it needs to go back to that.
Yeah, because people used to talk like, all right, listen here, Tammy, hey, you're gonna figure out an asshole. You know?
You have that, but then you have, yeah, get him.
Yeah, well,
Get him, Marty.
Yeah, but think about that, and then yeah, see, we're going down.
It's probably still a thing in New York.
Nah, because New Yorkers talk like us when we're drinking.
Yeah.
And we're
Oh, that's
arguing.
y'all boys y'all go to when y'all lit.
I don't know. It just happens. But yeah, when did that shit happen? And
I
then
don't
people
know, man.
started talking like, man, like in the 70s and shit. When did that? What happened?
That was the drugs. It
Marijuana.
toned them down.
It slowed him down. Yeah.
I want to go back to the 1930s ish, 40s, 50s,
Where
or
we
whatever.
talk fast
The
and
talking.
loose.
Okay, you got to be
No, I
specific,
want a
all
time
right?
travel. Hell no. Like, listen here, Dame. Come here, Tux.
Nah, see?
The war's over. We won.
Now it's time to populate this place with babies.
Imagine us doing the whole podcast that way. That would get.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I don't think any of us have the stamina for it.
I just bought a 5-bedroom house for $100.
See, I was here at K-Pot, and I had to go poop.
No, I had to go to the Johns.
Yeah.
So I was fucking my wife in the ass.
Wow.
Shit. That would be the challenge, just to go a whole episode doing that shit.
I can't stand
I couldn't do it.
Be laughing too much.
All right, we put $100 down. Who can do the whole last man standing?
I'm glad you got your trash taken care of.
Me too, man. Me too.
You know,
You would have saw it if you would have came to the
Bag
party.
it up and dump it. Hey, bag it up and dump it.
I'm gonna be at the next
I'm
one.
joking. Go ahead. Continue what you was on.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just glad you got your trash taken care of. So is Kanye West gay now?
I don't know. You tell
There's
us.
no way to transition.
Yeah, I
You tell us.
I did want to talk
Kanye
about
West
that
gay
though.
now?
That's your guy.
That's not my guy. He ain't been my guy since Jesus.
But I don't know. This is like, you don't know if it's true or not. 'Cause he's just
Yeah.
saying anything at this
Yeah.
point.
Allegedly, he went on
Allegedly.
Twitter, because he's been on this like 8-day, 40-day. I don't know. Lent's over, brother. You can stop with the act. He been on this 40-day, 40-night rant on Twitter because anybody took his phone yet. And I guess he released a song called Cousins.
Yeah.
And basically, he
Wasn't kissing cousins. It was sucking cousins.
He basically described on how he ran into a porno mag at a young age and introduced it to his cousin, who's apparently in prison right now for murdering someone. And he finished off the tweet with, I was sucking off my
Hold
cousin.
on, wait. Let's
like
read the whole
6
thing.
years
You want to read it?
I'll read the whole
You
thing.
Read it from
But if you read it, you gotta read it in the 1950s.
News
you gotta read it like Kanye Westwood.
This is a song called Cousins, about my cousin that's locked in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years after he told him we wouldn't look at a dirty magazines together anymore. Perhaps in my self-defense, hold on.
Can't do it.
Perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw. My dad had Playboy magazines, and the magazines, you see, I found it at the top of my mom's closet. We're different. The name is Ye, and I sucked my cousin's dick till I was 14. Tweet sent.
So,
Cha, cha, cha.
Why since he was 14.
Look, me, him, and our cousin found some dirty magazines or whatever. We ain't suck each other's dick.
Exactly.
All right, we was out there.
All we did
Was
beat him.
you had to put a pillow up.
That's right.
You didn't see anybody else's wiener.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's gay.
Yeah. Ain't nobody suck anybody's dick from looking at dirty magazines. That's just you, Kanye. All right, you wanted to suck his dick. You wanted to.
But just think of perspective. Think if you're North. And you're
Right.
you're like seeing this about your mom has already traumatized you if you came across the video, and then like your dad is out here just like
Sucking dick.
If she grows up like what's his name?
Jaden Smith.
What was it? Carter kid? What was his name? Aaron Carter? Or just somebody
Yeah.
just like just whacked out, drugged out. Like I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Not that I'm wishing that on her. you
Right.
The environment that she's growing up is just gonna kind of fuck her up. So yeah.
I saw him was like, "Hey, yo, dad, that's sus."
My dad sucked a dick and became a Nazi. It's like, how do you grow up with that?
That's I don't know.
That's like equivalent of your dad being like Dennis Rader, like
Yo,
like a serial killer. Like this is who you're tied to, but you're still trying to have that love for him. But at the same time, he's a monster to the world. So it's just like
I would have lawyers on deck for when I turn 16 and can emancipate myself. Like, just ready to go. Just like,
I mean, but then again, who's to say? Because have we seen any tweets by her? So she might just already be fucked up.
Who's her?
Maybe.
no, her mom has her own like a contract and stipulations and
Yeah, I think the only social
regulations.
she got is TikTok, and I think that's heavy censored too. So,
Whatever. Kids can get by anything.
I mean, she might have a burner account.
Look, I took the
Kim
girls'
is
YouTube
strict.
away, and they went through Google and found YouTube, and I was like, how? Kids, and these kids are older, so yeah,
Like that.
The cycle is complete.
yeah, pretty much. Try to block something, they gonna find a way around it.
Yep.
So, but nah, who's to say that she isn't? And any other kids. I mean, what's his son's name who don't listen to his mom? And he's already flipping off the paparazzis and shit. They're just like him. It's inevitable.
Apparently, she's fighting for so he can't see his kids full custody.
Good.
And Kanye's going on another Twitter rant talking about it. And he was just like, "I lost my kids because I wore a red hat." And he's like, "All
They
this
said
stuff."
that's
and
fake and he has full access. But
I have no idea what's
I mean,
real
that's
and
just
what's
what they
fake
say,
anymore when it
mhm.
comes to this man. But shout out to Azealia Banks because she went on Twitter
Oh, my
and
Lord.
just basically
she's basically doing what
fuel to the
Kanye
fire.
West did about Taylor Swift. She's doing the same thing.
basically talking about you should have just already came out. This would have been a big thing for black culture, hip hop culture, if Kanye was just coming out of the closet and he ruined it again. And then he said something along. She ended it with Kanye and Virgil were lovers. Elon definitely got some head from Kanye off that ketamine. Kanye is on that one of them Diddy tapes. She said Jay-Z was like no homo. Trump was like no homo. Travis was like no homo. Drake was like no thank you.
He's so polite.
Ever hit him with the strap. Kim thought she could, but vomited on his back and started crying. And Chris yelled, "Cut!"
Stupid.
Azealia Banks, man, she's a funny one.
That's wild. I guess, I mean, but remember what Amber Rose was calling him?
Yeah,
But
she
she said she
openly
made it up.
said she booty tickled
Booty
his
in it?
booty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said she made it up.
Yeah, she said it was. She just said that to
Just
get
fuck
back
with
at
him?
him because he said that he had to take 30 showers to get with Kim after messing with her. So that's why she came up with the.
But
he
what
likes fingers
if?
in his.
What if he paid her off? He said, "Listen here, bald-headed bitch."
Yeah, he probably threatened her or something, but I
It's a little bit of just the compassion in me. It's just like, I hope that he gets help and whatnot. I hope that he actually, follows through with going to therapy. He won't.
he won't. Yeah,
But
Nobody's gonna work with him. Nobody's gonna do business with him. Nobody's gonna do
I
anything.
mean, I'll sit here and talk to him for an hour if he pays right.
Man,
you would. I ain't even surprised at that neither.
If he's paying right, why not?
yeah, right. He'll boot you out of the room like yes, Jules.
He'll banish me.
Do you really want? You know what? That man 3 fingers. That man academics talking to you like that. Just that 3 fingers. He make a lot of sense.
He probably could. He look like Academic's brother, so he might can pull it off.
Shit.
He's just mad
man.
about the Midwest map.
While we're
I'm not mad. It just shows your stupidity that you don't know what states are in the Midwest.
We can Google it, but let's not get into
Google
it.
it. It's
We can
Nebraska.
Google it.
It's North Dakota, South Dakota,
He mad
Nebraska,
about the
Kansas.
Midwest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just,
I always considered that the Midwest.
it is.
It
He
is.
just didn't put it in
Hey,
there. 'cause
I saw the meme.
He got his education at Southeast.
I saw the
He
meme.
don't know a map.
I saw the meme on
Facebook.
Instagram, Facebook. I don't know.
It's the same thing.
And I took it and I photoshopped it because I immediately thought of you.
Aw.
So, and I posted it. I didn't doctor it up or nothing.
he didn't fact
I didn't
check
even
it.
fact check
He
it.
just
That's
believed
why.
anything
That's
on the
why it's so
internet,
funny.
just like TikTok.
That's why it's so funny to me.
Yeah.
But yes, it was me, Austin. I did. I'm the one that posted the map.
You know what? There's one flaw in this though. You should have turned the when it turns into him. You should have turned that E into a 3.
I thought about it. I
Should've
thought
did
about
that.
it.
The other one, that was
Yeah,
that
I
was
thought about it.
Did we already post that picture?
Yeah, it's posted.
Yeah,
It's on all points on
Yeah.
Instagram. Okay,
Well, I don't know about Instagram.
Well, go check that out if you haven't already checked that
Yeah,
out.
it's funny.
Yeah. Super funny. Gut buster.
Knee slapper.
Yeah. That's my wiener. No.
Why did you whisper that?
Nah. While we're still in music and whatnot, I do like how the tables have turned on 50 Cent.
Oh, really?
Really? What
Well, I
happened
mean,
with
not
50
really,
Cent?
but it just seems to me like more people are starting to find him extremely corny.
Annoying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Being corny to
Being
me.
corny. Like,
They said it was funny. It was funny on the what was it? This is 50. Like the stuff that he was doing on there. It was funny. And it just it's like nigga, you were what is he like almost 50?
yeah.
Yeah.
If not already. I don't know.
Like, come on, man.
But yeah, nah, I didn't watch the full Ja Rule episode, but after that shit came out, then I saw him posting about it. And there's just like people in the comment sections like, dude, how old are you? And you still going on about this? Like, you need to grow the fuck up. Like, you're super corny. And I was like, good. I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
I see another clip of Ja Rule at some show, his concert, whatever. He's singing and whatever, drops the beat, and like has the crowd sing his timeless songs or whatever, and people are singing along to it. And I was like, good for you, Ja Rule.
Yeah.
Good for you. I like to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you watch Curtis King.
I know who he is, but I don't watch it.
Okay, well, he got this whole thing, Justice for Ja. Because he was just like, you know what? In comparison to like with the shit with Drake and whatnot, he's like, we got to get justice for Ja because, at least he went down swinging.
Yeah. Nah. Go ahead. You got something?
No, I got nothing.
Okay,
Nah,
but whatever. While we're still in music, I did ask you guys earlier, and you mentioned Curtis King. He's a part of the whole fucking universe of, Justin Hunt and the whole shit like that. So I watched this dude. He's called Read My Soul, and he basically posted a video, and he came out with it, and he was talking about how music videos, how they used to be around like a lot more, or you'd see them, and some songs or whatever kind of missed. Like a video, like they didn't release anything for that. And he's like, what videos like should have gotten a video? What songs should have gotten a video? Or like songs that had a video or whatever, what do you think like they should have had like a redo or whatever? So like for me, for like a redo or whatever, just off top, it was Kanye West, not fucking Ye. Flashing Lights. Like I didn't like that video.
Yeah, I barely remember that. It was like when she was just
that
like
was
getting
Amber
somebody out
Rose,
the
right?
trunk or something like that.
You say for she what?
She was like pulling somebody out the trunk, right, or something like that.
He was in the trunk and then she just stabbed him with the
shovel.
yeah.
Was that Amber Rose in that video?
I thought it was.
I didn't know who the fuck it was. I was looking at them titties. But but yeah, nah, I didn't like that video. I thought it could have been done a whole lot different, and I would have preferred a different video for that one. But he was just asking like, what songs do you think?
What do you have done different in Flashing Lights?
Maybe change the location, do like I don't know, just something different, not that.
Give people seizures? Like
Yeah,
all
why
the
not?
lights did?
Oh, why not?
Okay.
But no, I had a few of them. It was
Don't say mine.
Lupe Fiasco, Intruder, should have had a video, and Hurt My Soul, Kanye, Flashing Lights, Jay-Z, 444, Absol's Double Standard. Like some of those should have had a video to them. If you don't know those, check them out, whatever, or don't. I don't fucking care. But what you got?
All right.
What?
What do you guys got?
I got Michael Jackson, Human Nature.
Human Nature?
Yeah,
There was no video
What
for
have
that?
you have done
There's
different?
no video. There's like a little fake montage from the Moonwalker video, but there was never a video released because they said his video funding, they didn't want to fund it anymore, so that's when he started paying out of
Jackson.
pocket for because his videos were expensive.
Yeah.
So Human Nature never got a.
Is that
video
why? Why?
What would you have
Why
done
did you
in
eat
that
my
video?
donut, fat girl?
I mean,
Why?
obviously, there has to be a leading lady in the video.
He's either beating
he's like
someone
he's
up,
like downtown, like
chasing after
he's like in the
someone.
big city, like walking around, like nighttime, kind of like what was
Billie Jean.
Beat It. It was like a nighttime team, but I don't know, something like that.
That was Michael Singh walking around downtown, looking for them streetwalkers or somebody to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. What y'all got?
What about you, Alex?
Honestly, in this more recent and whatnot, but I think Mad City should have got a video.
There wasn't a video for that. Nope. How the fuck do you not do a video for that?
Exactly. Like it was like the everybody's favorite song. As soon as that, come on, everybody was getting hype on that. So, and there's this one video like it's this like basement show that he was doing, and he did that, and like the whole fucking crowd is just like, and they said that like they it kind of like fucked with the structure of that building they were in because it was just crazy. But yeah, that one should have got a video.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a few artists that said they were dropping videos, but it never got released. It was like a Future and Weekend. They teased it and it never released. And the Kanye All Day, he teased dropping a video for it, but he never put it. He never put it out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, why did y'all shoot it? Like, didn't like it. Like,
Shot another one with Nicki Minaj too.
He should have did all day in at McDonald's.
They don't even do that anymore.
But at the time they did.
I would like a modern day This Is America.
Nah, yeah.
Modern day This Is America by Gambino. That video is iconic, and I still think it holds. But I want, like, so much has changed now since that video has came out.
Man.
It's like it's gotten worse. Like,
Yeah,
it's gotten
right.
better.
We're
So I
on the-
need more chaos. I need more. Like, actually, I want a modern day This Is America.
It was like we were already on the bad timeline. Trump was like, "Hold my beer." Like,
Exactly. Yeah. Pretty much. I need a part 2 or something.
I
yeah.
would have redone 3005.
I like that one though.
I could have
It's
saw
artsy,
something
though.
different.
I respect artsy videos. That's why I wouldn't change flashing lights because it was artsy. But
I guess for me with 3005, because that was like the whole idea is like he's like in a cycle and whatnot,
Yeah.
and so it being on that Ferris wheel, that was kind of like
layers.
represented.
That's fine, but like I said, I would have wanted a leading lady on that or whatever. Tell us a different story. I mean, I don't know. For me, I would have wanted to see something different other than the fucking bear occasionally blinking and turning its head and him looking bored on a Ferris wheel.
they never dropped a video for Swagger Like Us, did they?
no, they didn't. They didn't.
Damn, I forgot about that one.
Should have.
That was like a GOAT status type song.
Yep.
Yeah, we missed out on a few videos we should have had.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I had a concept for "Famous" by Kanye West. It was better than what he
Laying
did.
out in the bed with all the celebrities.
I had a whole better
What would
concept.
you would have did?
You really want to hear the pitch?
Oh, they would all have been at a hot pot,
No.
with a big ass table.
No.
I like where this is going already.
Basically, long story short, the premise, if you listen to "Famous" by Kanye West, basically I would have had the video of him like sitting in like a room and like a projector, basically showing all the crazy highlights that he's done in his past, the Taylor Swift incident, the Beyonce, everything he's done, George, all the controversial stuff, and like just talk about, just hit on those key points. He's like rapping, how they like to cut in between different scenes and stuff. But I would finish. You know how the beat, changes and it has like a little sample at the end. At the bottom, bang, bum, bum, that part. I would have like the lights come on in the room and all his kids run in and they all hugging on dad. And it's like, oh, it's time for bed and everything. He's all picking them up and like he lays the kids, kisses them before closes the door, gets into bed with his wife. And as soon as the beat drops and the beat's over, he looks up at the camera and it's like that, Michael Jackson Thriller.
Stupid.
It always it's like
Stupid.
but he just like looks up at the camera and then it just cuts to black. But that was my concept instead of having all those people who were and were not them lay in that bed.
Well, I felt like Future's March Madness video could have been better, but
I ain't seen that one.
Yeah, I don't even know that one. What do they do?
he's like sitting in a chair like a detective style with a a bright light sitting over, and then he just like has clips playing through the background, like
March
stuff
Madness,
going
yeah.
on. I mean, there's other little scenes, but I just feel like the video didn't.
It was
like,
lackluster.
the video didn't like enhance the song.
Yeah.
But
You should have done commas.
yeah.
I can see that one
I
already.
think the art in music videos died down. Now the MTV's not a thing no more.
I mean,
I think
I
the
would
art-
say The Weeknd and Chris Brown, they like, cause they do like
they're doing movies.
They do like the Michael Jackson short
Yeah.
films. They actually
Yeah.
put so much effort to where it's like a little short play. So.
All three of the Weeknd's last three albums, they all connect.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's all one big story.
Yeah.
It's
It is,
like kind of crazy.
All his videos is dope. Chris Brown's videos is dope because, like I said, he puts a lot of.
Well,
effort
now
into
that
it.
is he done like performing, singing, or whatever, or is he just done being the Weeknd able?
He's done. I think the Weeknd. I think it's like a
persona.
Charles Gambino
Yeah, okay,
thing.
okay.
Like, I
So
think
he's still
done it
gonna
for
be
Weeknd.
making music.
I don't
then.
know. He might go into acting. I don't know.
Well, if that was
Yeah,
gonna say,
his little shit he had on Max, but it got canceled before they finished the episode.
Yeah.
Damn, really?
It was cool. I liked the show, but it had Johnny Depp's daughter. Or whoever
That's
the bitch is.
wild.
wasn't it just porn?
I mean, it was like softcore porn.
Depends on who you asking.
It was funny. though.
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Y'all watch y'all watch that Luther video?
Luther?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My son sent it through text message.
Why?
He's
Was this nigga 14?
I still ain't watched it
Dad,
yet.
you gotta check this shit
Yeah,
out.
pretty much that's what he said. He called me up. He's like, "Hey, Kendrick dropped a new video."
That's funny.
And I was like, "All right."
Did we watch the
haven't
white
checked it
folks
out.
explain it?
Nah, it's out there though.
He actually does. He actually does watch white people explain hip hop videos, and this boy, man, he knows like dates and stuff now, and just like track listings and when this released, and but yeah, he was the one that told me about the Kendrick video.
Yeah.
You get put on by
He
your
got
son.
notifications on his tablet.
I get notified. I can show you the text message.
Damn.
Yeah.
I just want to see how fast he says when like a Tyler video drops.
Oh yeah, usually Tyler drops when he's in school, so I get the notification.
And he's like, Pharaoh.
He's like a kid. Somebody in jail. They got phones in jail. He still got his phone in school. You just don't know. You just don't know about it.
That's too bad.
That'd be wild. But no, is the video good?
I think it's good, but it's good in that artsy way, right?
Their tour just started.
Yeah, it did.
I watched previews.
You see that? That opening?
Opening Drake.
Yeah.
skit.
Fucking stupid.
Wait, he had a skit of what?
Yeah.
It's just like him taking shots at him with the little lawsuit.
Yeah.
Is that where he's doing the Lil Wayne defamation thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Deposition.
Okay. He's like, drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Yeah,
stupid.
so
I didn't see the skit, but I saw like the opening when he came out with the car and everything, and then I saw him do Not Like Us. And I saw the songs I wanted to see live.
Okay, yeah.
I don't need to go no more. So.
Always YouTube ruins everything.
That's too bad.
he said, I saw
I saw it.
Cobby poking, smoking like 18 packs a day. I saw everything.
I
He's
just
like,
think
I'm Kyle F. Jr. I'm Kyle F. K.
I just think it's only time before Drake, his lawsuit goes through. He can't perform that song no more. So
I mean,
enjoy it while it lasts.
I mean, who cares? I mean,
Yeah.
it already
That's
did what
just
it did.
weird because they're both on the same label, and it's like,
Yeah.
how do you? That's like me winning a lawsuit at my job,
But it's kind
and
of
then I'm still like trying to work there, and everybody's side, all the management side eyeing me, and it's just like you tried to take us down, bro.
it's
I'm
kind of
like,
funny
I'll
though.
do it again too.
Because the whole act is like there's bots and he pad the numbers and all that stuff. So like if you watch the live concert and like their comments are just like, oh man, he's so creative, he's so talented, he got all them bots to hold up them cell phones and record everything. I was just like, that was stupid.
I hate the internet.
Yeah.
So like, but yeah, I think it's gonna be a cool tour and Sis is pretty bad. I ain't gonna
man.
lie. She's a good looking woman.
Yeah.
I watched her in that.
Just now,
Women's
came
Friday
to this
movie.
realization.
No, I didn't know who she really was. I get her confused with her a lot.
Not even the.
I know, right? That's how much I don't know their music. I couldn't tell you a SZA song.
Just wait till you start
I know
listening to
more SZA
Doechii.
songs than Drake. I mean,
I bet you do.
Kendrick
Kendrick.
song.
but you build different. So
That's so messed up. Like, I was you go.
I've already, yeah.
Because that can be an insult and like a compliment. It's like you never know.
I don't take it as an insult.
Exactly.
I mean, I got thick skin.
exactly.
I got thick skin, dude.
'Cause,
But did you see her in that female version of Friday? That
it's not as just one of them days.
yeah,
and
it's the
not-
female Friday.
That movie's ghetto.
It's the female.
It's
Y'all
not-
should watch. It's on Netflix.
No, it's not the female Friday, but it's just
SZA, and Keke Palmer.
Caesar.
it's just another nigga movie. Another nigga movie.
Beat for beat. They even had a female Devo. And she beats people with her booty.
What's her name?
That's like
You gotta watch it. It's a funny
it's,
movie.
it's just one of them days. It's on
It's a
Netflix.
good movie. It's a good movie.
It's alright. I mean,
I
it's
thought it
alright.
was funny, and I would like to see a sequel.
You think it's funny because collectively we've seen all the hood classics. You haven't watched that many hood classics, so you think it's the greatest thing. But
He's new to this. We true to this.
yes, but if you done watched all the past hood movies, then it's like it's alright.
But for what they did from a female's perspective, I thought it was creative and I thought it was fun. And you could tell that Keke Palmer and SZA had a good time filming it. You could tell Cat Williams had a fun time too. The little part that he had.
Was he playing a pimp?
No, he wasn't. He was playing the exact opposite, actually.
Nigga that we ain't got along.
Was he a pastor or something?
No,
No.
he was like a homeless. He was a crazy
Nigga
person.
sitting out.
I don't want to spoil it. It's a good movie. Y'all should go out. It's on Netflix. Go out and watch it. It's actually
It's
pretty
okay.
If I'm
It's
watching
okay.
anything on Netflix, I'm watching Sinners.
It says Sinner.
Yeah, I heard that's good,
funny. I heard
but
that was
Not on
good, too.
Netflix. I want to go see it.
yeah, let's go.
We should go see it.
Let's go.
I want to take my woman lady, but she's too
I
scared.
want to take my woman lady.
Y'all
Let's go
pick
tonight,
the day.
guys.
We are so gay.
We need to suck our cousins.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's the
that's-
barometer.
that's the bar now.
Yeah, the bar. Nah, man.
But I think it's weird how Drake fumbled that, you know?
No, because she didn't look like that in 08. She got, you know,
She got enhanced.
alterations.
She did get some DLC.
No, she's always had those.
No, like just enhancement.
Not DLC's
She shot some paid content.
Oh, you said, oh yeah, download the content. Okay. I thought you said DSL.
Oh,
yeah,
She got that too. She got that too.
Nah,
dyslexic on that.
that's stupid. Man, everybody's a commentator on something. You know, everybody got something to judge or whatever. Some people are good at it, and some people ain't.
All right.
Oh, what's the transition?
Yeah, I was like, I'm waiting for
Set it up.
Look.
We lost video, by the way. If you're watching this and you're just like, what happened to
Lost
the video?
Lost video.
Camera died.
Yeah,
Did it?
But, you know, we're still
We ain't
going
been here in
audio.
a week and you ain't charged that?
Well, I don't charge it because we ain't been here in a week.
All right, I'm gonna give you this real quick. We can, you know, whatever. It's
stay
a
on that
dude on
here.
TikTok. His name is Vante Vante.
He look like
And we don't have storylines anymore. We don't have classic
Hold
feuds. It took me so long to realize what the league has been missing. And we don't have storylines anymore. We don't have classic feuds.
Now, hold on. You know what he's talking about, right?
I don't.
Basketball, right?
He's talking about the league.
Well, he's an analyst. All right. Check the man's drip. What is he wearing?
He's wearing a
fucking
snuggie.
house
He's
robe.
definitely talking about some porn right now.
Fucking house robe.
People don't even want to warm up before the game anymore. We don't have a reason to care anymore. There's no setup, no conflict, no suspense. Just straight to the action. No one wants to be a pizza boy getting an extra tip from a woman who's a little
This
short on
nigga's a
cash.
D1
Has
gooner.
the times gotten so bad that we
A1
can't afford
gooner.
boys anymore? And we're having to get caught cheating. We lost the drama. We lost the slow burn. We lost the build-up that made the moments matter. What happened to the interviews before the game? What happened to the twerking ceremonies before tip-off? Even the male athletes are showing a complete lack of fundamentals. They don't even help their opponents stretch or warm up before the game. The presentation of the game is taking a major hit. I can't remember the last time we got a
dude's
proper
analogies.
introduction of a new athlete before a matchup. Now it's just quick.
Yep. So you got this dude over here. He is a porn analyst.
Okay.
Like I've never. Apparently he's doing good. It's amazing to me. He got a little. Everybody been posting on Facebook these little Mount Rushmores of everybody. They had one with the white rappers where MGK felt all salty because he wasn't on it, and then he got this one. It's Mount Gushmore, and I was just like, nigga.
We need to have a serious conversation about this Mount Rushmore.
Only
It's
person I
important
know
to
is
talk about the
Pinky.
legends of the game.
You said you only know Pinky?
Is that Pinky?
That is Pinky.
I don't
And
know
if-
them other one.
And since that you mentioned Pinky, I know Tim would say you a nasty nigga.
Everybody knew Pinky.
Let's get through the
She
first.
like took over the 2000s.
Cherokee was in over 160 games, and her career spanned over a decade. Not even counting the minor leagues or the amateur leagues. She was
I ain't gonna go
He's
too much.
always in
in
a row.
He's always in a row.
The main black porn star that stuck out to me growing up was Jada Fire. She had those big sand dollar nipples.
Sand dollar.
Big old,
outta here.
big old sand dollar nipples.
Like he's
Stephen A.
doing
Smith,
numbers.
The porn channel
Maybe.
was.
For me, it was Heather Hunter.
Okay.
I don't know none of these people.
Sure you don't.
I don't.
He's putting on
I
random.
winked on my good eye with that one.
You didn't have the pillow up.
Nah, man, but you think about like the great analysts out there. You know, you got your but Stephen A's out there that can pretty much break the whole game down. Ain't got nothing on this dude.
Right.
Tell Skip Bayless skip out of there. we got minimum Kellerman or whatever. Nothing on this dude.
I mean,
nothing on him.
It's a creative, like, nobody's done it, so he took his own lane. You said what?
He said nothing on him.
Oh,
Who said that? Me?
I said that. I ain't even noticed. I was talking
I
about.
guess he wasn't going for the
No,
joke.
I thought you were talking about.
But I wonder who did it first, because there was another guy breaking down, like, all right, when you getting it in, like, you, like, have a halftime. You know, they interviewed for halftime going in the locker room and, like, what adjustments you to make.
Uh-huh.
It was pretty funny, so I don't know who did it first, but he's like analyzing it, but he made it into like a basketball.
Has anybody,
I can see Drewski doing that.
Watch a pornographic film from start to finish?
No.
Okay.
Like you were saying, there's no more storyline.
No, I have. Do you remember? It was like 2008 or something, like Pirates.
Oh,
yeah.
We don't watch the same video.
Hey,
Until
it was the highest budget for a porn movie ever.
How much money?
Shit, I know they were like, let's find out.
I know they put some money into the
They
production.
really did.
I don't want to step on his story, but I know we had some people that were in our crew around that time that wanted to watch that as well. I don't know if that's where you were going with it.
Yeah,
okay.
It was $1 million.
$1 million.
$1 million.
Back in 08?
No, it's 05.
05.
Yeah.
Really?
But damn, no, it's the second one. Pirates 2 had 8 million.
That's ridiculous.
That's
Just to shoot a
wild.
scene.
It did better, man.
That's
It did better the second time around.
That's ridiculous.
But it's just
Look,
who's watching these videos just to watch them?
I mean,
women.
there's probably that one dude that's just like, all right, I'm gonna bust to every one of these scenes, but I need a lead up.
Somebody
You
really
gotta warm
breaking,
up before the game.
You're not watching the goon.
somebody really breaking down everything.
Yeah.
But no, man, if people that are like really watching this shit are women who really watch like the scene and the build up and everything. Like when you mentioned that, then we actually had I don't want to say their names, but people that used to hang out kind of rhymes with Minda and and Wiki. Yeah.
Wiki.
They used to hang around and they wanted to watch the whole fucking thing.
If you watch it after you bust, you just playing with yourself at that point.
It
What
might-
if, what if you know edging, right?
Yeah.
So what if that was the point?
Nah.
You wanted to edge it to the very end of the movie.
They're like, what a good movie.
When Vine was created, it was a lifesaver because you got 6-second pornos. That's all you need, 6 seconds.
You need 6 seconds.
You just need a quick 6 second. You just need a titty, and that's about it.
Man, he ain't no Blue Origin
All
last.
right. Be hour 3 just.
No, you just. I ain't got 3 dedicated hours of just beating it. You know, just gooning.
Hey,
the whole
you
time.
make time for the things that you love.
You don't. You don't. Sometimes you be in a rush. Sometimes you gotta go to work. You know, you just gotta get up and go.
That's why you wake up an hour early. It's like working out.
Nah. When you're planning out your goon sessions, you got problems, bro.
I hate that fucking word.
No, I love that word. This is
So
hilarious. When you're planning out, when you take set time aside for gooning,
Listen,
I don't know.
listen. It is proven scientifically that coming more lowers your risk of prostate cancer.
Yes,
So
I've
I'm
read
just
that too.
I'm just doing my part.
I've read that too. But man, I don't know. I don't analyze videos. I couldn't.
I don't know what that means.
You should try it one of these days.
All right, I'm gonna ask this last question from All Points Questions. I said, hey, if you could make coochie taste like anything you want it to, what would it be? Also, if you were the president,
before, and I picked like champagne. Yeah, we did this before.
Did we?
It sounds like something you would say.
Yeah.
You-
No, we
president
did
is
because y'all
starting-
like.
No, I think it
And
was
then you
probably.
said something like, you said something about a meat, like.
We said ravioli. It tastes like spaghetti.
You said like spaghetti.
Yeah, you said yours is
Spaghetti.
like. Yeah, we done this before.
My fat ass was really
This
thinking of
location.
actual
Okay.
cookie. I was thinking of actual cookies. I was
I
like,
didn't say-
Oatmeal raisin.
why would you want to change chocolate chip to something else?
I didn't even say cookie.
You did say cookie.
I said coochie.
I heard cookie.
Yeah,
I mean,
big
same
back
thing.
motherfucker. Anyways, okay. Also, if you were the president and it was your last day in office before the Tangerine started his term, what are you doing to fuck with him when he gets there? I'm emptying out all the ketchup bottles
Before who gets in office?
for the Tangerine got into office.
Emptying out all the ketchup bottles.
Yeah, man, he like ketchup on his steak. He gonna be pissed off.
I'm freeing all the illegals as in holding right now. So
I guess-
he has to round them up like mice.
I guess he don't like dogs and whatnot.
You don't like dogs?
He don't like dogs.
They can sense the devil.
That's true. I would go to like the local dog orphanage or whatever, and just buy every one of them.
Just put him in the White House.
I mean, they wouldn't be in there, but once he made it in there, I would hide all his red ties.
His big ass red ties.
I would change the password to his computer.
Yeah, you gonna do that beforehand?
I don't know.
Nah, if you really want to fuck with them, launch a nuke.
You're like, oh well.
Your problem now.
Yeah.
But you see, but you seen, we was talking about how getting rid of stuff before he get in, like how the first lady was crying that Michelle made it difficult for her because they didn't get all their stuff out and she couldn't decorate and make it the way she wanted to.
I do remember hearing that. Yeah.
So I would have left up the Obama stuff.
Yeah.
I'd have like super glued everything to the walls so they couldn't remove
There was
it.
dashikis everywhere.
That's what I would have did before you got in there. You'd have to tear that wall down.
You like take the Resolute desk and like scrape in Obama's birth certificate at the bottom.
Well, somebody said, never mind. I don't know if it's a different desk or it's been the same desk since forever.
It's the same desk.
But I don't make coochie taste like ribs.
You a nasty nigga.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yep, this has been the All Boys Podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Get some dubby.
That would be bad.
What?
If he made his taste like what he owned,
he ain't
every
never
nigga
gonna
gonna be
stop.
waiting in line trying to
You
like
wouldn't know it tastes like ribs.
finger
unless
licking. You can smell ribs from a mile away. So her walk by smell.
Her sit down smell.
She gonna have every nigga. You
Well,
better
that's a
not
bad
ever
bit
go to
right
work. You
there.
better not ever leave the house.
It gonna taste like ribs. It still smell like normal coochie. Which
Nah,
is,
see, you
which
gonna
shouldn't
fuck
have
up.
a smell. Which shouldn't have a
Smell
smell.
and taste go together.
Look,
If
you
you
gonna have
smell
a
the
little-
coochie and it smell like ribs, then she got something going on.
You gonna have a little Chris Rock dude coming up like, let me get rid.
that nigga gets smacked.
Nah, you gonna have to be beating off all these people, get them out of there.
Nah, y'all wouldn't know it tastes like ribs.
We can line it up with plates.
Y'all wouldn't know. Y'all wouldn't know. But if y'all smelled ribs when she walked by, you would think she worked at like a rib shack or something. But nah, y'all wouldn't know.
I'm say,
I know coochie ribs when I smell it.
You wouldn't know till one of us doing that little, getting that barbecue sauce off our fingers.
Now is it Sweet Baby Razor?
Right.
When he got the same rib coochie stain on his shirt like I do, that's when I know something's afoot.
Stupid. All right, we getting out of here. Jonathan the Great.
Hey, too.
Midwest.
This is Kyle.
And we.
Oh.